This is a quick crash course video on how to set up Anchor and how to upload all of your media to it or record media so when you go to edit, everything is in a really easy order. Now, if you've never done podcasting before, I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to use Anchor. From using it in the past with students and then using it myself, I promise you it is very user friendly. I've learned a lot of tips and tricks that can help you, and I'm familiar with it. So if you get stumped, I can help you. If you go try to learn a whole new software, it's likely that I'm not going to be of very much use to you. So that being said, please use Anchor. It will be the easiest way to make sure that your podcast gets done and gets done the way that you want it to get done. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. When you go to Anchor, you're going to have to sign up for an account. You're going to put in an email, so make sure this is an email you can access frequently, and then create a password. It is free, and once you get all of that done, it'll take you to a dashboard. Now, since I've used this before, I have something here. You may not. The first step in all of this is going to where it says new episode in this upper right hand corner. You'll go ahead and click on that, and it will bring you to a place where you'll create your episodes. So if you're watching this for the first time, pause it. Go create an Anchor account and go click on new episodes so you're seeing the same page that I am as I move on to these next steps. Now, you can, if you would like to, upload media. So say you were working with someone and you have an MP3 file on your phone, you can go ahead and upload that. Or I strongly encourage you to use this record feature. This means that everything you do will be recorded right to Anchor itself, so all of your recordings will be where they need to be. So in order to do this, just a quick example, I'm going to hit start recording now and create my audio. This is a test of my microphone and all of the systems. Now, once this has uploaded here, I encourage you to listen to what you just recorded. Make sure it sounds the way that you want it to sound. Sometimes what happens is your computer will glitch out, or you'll find out that your thumb was covering the microphone or something silly, and it won't sound the way you want it to. So I'm going to check that real quick. Sounds good. Now, the first thing I'm going to do once this is uploaded and processed and sounds the way I want it to is I'm going to rename this file. I'm just going to make this introduction 1. Once that is done, I can go ahead and add it to my episode 2 ways. I can either click this little button here and add it, or you can click on it and drag it over. If you accidentally press something more than once or anything like that, just click on these 3 little dots here. This is where you can remove it from your episode. You can download the audio file if you need to do something with it on your computer, or edit it. There will be a video on editing later, so we will go over all of that in a later episode. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. Now, what you'll notice in my library, since I've used this in the past, is that, for example, in some of the other ones, I have titled them in an order, and I've only recorded about a minute of the story at a time. So for example, I was recording a story called A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings. So I just abbreviated that VOM, and the first minute of that was just VOM1. The second minute of that story was VOM2, and so on and so forth. That way, when I added them to my episode, everything was in order, because sometimes I'd go back to work on it and all of a sudden it would go 1, 2, 6, 4, 5, and I needed to make sure I was moving things around to make sure all the audio was in the right format. So just a way to keep yourself organized as you're recording. Again, I would encourage you not to try to go for the episode in the whole shot, because what will happen is someone will walk past you and create some noise, or your siblings will burst into the room and need your help with something, or your dog will make a funny noise. I would really encourage you to just do about a minute at a time of your story and then splice all of them together. This also makes it easier when you get to editing, because you can add a lot more sound effects and music and things of that nature in as you go. Now, before you leave Anchor, if you're done recording everything, make sure you click Save Episode. I cannot stress this enough. Even though all of your audio will be automatically saved here in your library, you have to click Save Episode. The first time you do this, you're going to put in some sort of title. If you do have to put in some sort of description, you only have to do this once. It could just be something like mythology podcast. And for your title, I would encourage you to put something more than mythology podcast. Maybe put the title of the story or the creature that you're doing or something of that nature. Then you can add pictures if you'd like to. You can add episode numbers if you'd like to. All of that is totally optional. The most important parts that you need to do are the episode title and the episode description. Once all of that is done, you should be good to go, and you can just click Save as Draft. Now, if you have any questions at all, please reach out to me. Email me. Come and talk to me before or after class or during class or at lunch. Find some time to connect with me so that I can help you make sure you have everything that you need to be successful on this project. Next is a quick video about editing. It should be a little bit quicker than this one, and I hope your project is going well.